London Johnson is a well-rounded player. He's a player that's well beyond his years. Still just a young 2023 point guard. He can set it up. He can score it. He's poised. And another part that we're kind of getting this season is he's coming into his own as a defensive player as well. So he's kind of got both ends of the floor covered. I think he's going to be one of the best offensive players that Georgia has in the 2023 class. He already is, but I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be right up there with everybody else in that class. He's a really, really good player, and, he's just got a skill level that you don't see from kids his age. He created a lot of buzz. The second that he stepped on the floor in that first event with Game Elite, he was scoring, 30 points, and, the next game he had, I think, like 26, and he was just putting up huge numbers, and people were like, hey, have you seen this kid at 15U? That's just, putting up all these huge numbers. A lot of eyes were opened, including ours. It's tough sometimes to get a feel for these young guys, but when you see the good ones like him, you have to know what you're seeing, and it's pretty clear that he's a very, very talented kid.
And here is Norcross's London Johnson, the 2023 point guard who made noise this summer at Lake Point Sports for Game Elite and Team Curry. London, how are you? And thanks for the time.
You're welcome. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Absolutely. I'm doing great. Now, you're building a reputation here as a skilled point guard who can shoot, facilitate, completely take over a game. You had a 30-point day at Lake Point Sports to prove it. How do you feel that you're at your best as a player?
I feel like I'm at my best when I could facilitate my team and get the win overall, but also do my part, score buckets, and like I said, get the win.
Now, for your sophomore year, made the switch from Liberty Heights in North Carolina to Norcross here in Metro Atlanta. How has the move treated you, and how have you been able to gel with your new teammates?
I like it so far. We've been building a great chemistry, and it's a great team. I also like the coach.
The word is clearly out on you. The expectations come now when you step on the court. How have you handled that growing attention, both from opponents and from those off the court?
I try not to let the out of the court get to me, listen to my coach, my teammates, try to get the win, do my part, do my job.
Is that easier said than done? It's I know it's not hard to find stuff on you on social media. Is it difficult to kind of block some of that out?
It depends. Most of the time. But I try to lock in.
The offers have come from the likes of Georgia, Georgia Tech, Georgetown, Xavier, interest from schools like Alabama, Florida State, Virginia Tech. What are you hearing from these schools? What do they like about your game, and what are they hoping that you maybe improve on as things develop over these next couple of years?
They like that I can find my teammates, and they like that I can score and get a buck whenever. But they're telling me I'm passing up a lot of open shots. They want me to shoot more.
And how do you kind of improve on that factor of it? Is that something that's just a mental approach to saying, okay, I need to get my own out here on the court, or what goes into kind of adjusting in that mode?
I try to score when I see my open shot. So when I see an open space, even when it's something normal that normally I wouldn't take it, I'll take it.
Is that hard for a point guard to do? Obviously, job one is to make those around you better. Is that a difficult mode to switch into to say to become even more of a self-creator in terms of shots?
At first, it's difficult, but I'm adjusting now.
As I mentioned, you impressed at Lake Point Sports this summer for Game Elite Team Curry, including a 15U title of the Lake Point Sports Live Showcase 2. How much confidence did a successful summer give you in terms of getting ready for your sophomore year?
It gave me a lot of publicity, especially since it was in Atlanta, and that's where I was moving to. So a lot of high school coaches were interested in me.
I have to ask, I saw the old picture of you on Twitter wearing a LeBron Cavs jersey. Who influenced you, or who has influenced you as a player?
I really like Kobe. Then LeBron's been my favorite player growing up, so I've been watching them.
Let me put this a different way then. When you play NBA 2K, who's your go-to?
I usually use the Rockets with James Harden. That's how I use when I play.
Well, there you go. Hey, that's a guy who loves to shoot the ball, so maybe you can learn a little bit from him in terms of getting those shots off. London, thanks and congrats on a great 2020. Wishing you nothing but the best in 2021.
Thank you.